Anyways, second reason why I got suspended I was banned from tour guide. Um, I'm not gonna read this because the first that's the CEO's family. The CEO's family was in attendance of a tour around June 20th, in which Charles said many negative comments about the CEO. Charles has broken trust that he could lead a tour by himself without repeating this mistake. So let's create a scenario. You're the CEO of a company, and you find out that the lowest level employee, the lowest paid employee, is talking negatively about you. Not just talking negatively about you, but talking negatively about you to your customers, your source of income. That employee is turning away your source of income, and you're a greedy millionaire who loves your money. What would you do? Suspend them? Suspend them? Suspend them? Come on. Come on. So you're not gonna fire them. You're not gonna get rid of that employee who's replaceable like this. You're not gonna get rid of that employee. You're just gonna suspend that employee. Yeah, right. That's BS. That is pure BS. First of all, now in my defense, I never mentioned the CEO in my tours. You know why? Because they gave me a script to read to the customers, and I memorized the script. And nowhere in the script does the CEO's name mentioned. Actually, there's only one tour where the CEO's name is mentioned, and that's in that tour where we're talking about how the CEO found the company and how the CEO started the geothermal stuff. That's the only time I ever mentioned the CEO, and sometimes the customers ask me questions about the CEO, and the answer to the question is I don't know. You know why I don't know? I never talked to the CEO. Nobody talks to him. Nobody likes him at the resort. They just see him as an angry guy who's a mean guy. Nobody talks to him. I don't know. Okay. Anyways, next stuff. Reasons not explained at that time are the following. So these are reasons that I'm suspended that she didn't tell me. So, okay. Charles tried to make the tour entertaining. In doing so, he forgot to present the relevant information. That's pure BS. I do make my tours entertaining. You know what I do that? I memorize all the information in the tour. And first of all, how will she know that? She never comes to my tours. How will she know that? Is there a spy on the tours? Because I want to know what relevant information that I did not say in the tour. Like first of all, I memorize the script and I read the script before each tour. And yes, I make it entertaining, but I just present information in an entertaining way. But I have nobody to tell this to, so nobody cares. Doesn't matter. Anyways, next point. Reason number 3. Well, reason number 2 in that different list. Many complaints from guests that they were correcting the tour guide and didn't seem like he knew the information. Well, that's not true. But let me ask you this question. The guests come on the tour to learn new information. So how are they correcting me if they don't know the information? Now, there are jokes that I put in my tours, but these jokes are obviously jokes. You know how they're obviously jokes? Because 99% of the people there are laughing. It's just that one person who doesn't get the joke thinks I'm giving irrelevant information. So they get mad. Matter of fact, there's this joke that I have when I give tours. So at Chena Hot Springs, there's an airplane that's like on two stands, like a real legit airplane that is standing on two tall stands. So and all my tourists, people always ask me, how did that airplane get up there? How did they put that airplane up there? So there's just two stands and an airplane on it. And I tell them, the airplane was flying through the air. And we at Chena Hot Springs, the wonderful people at Chena Hot Springs, we were working on an invisible wall. And unfortunately, the wall is invisible. The airplane did not see the wall. So it ran into the invisible wall. Boom. And it fell. Now these two stands are the only visible part of the wall. So they fell on it. And now the airplane is stuck there because there's no runway. It cannot take off. There's no runway. So the airplane is stuck there. That's what I tell them. Come to find out, some customers believe me. And they go as far as saying that that's not true. That's not how we got up there. No fucking shit. Invisible wall? What am I? Magician Donald Trump? Anyways, next point. Running overtime. The tour has a length for a reason. His tours always went overtime. That's true. I do run overtime. The tour is supposed to be 45 minutes long and about like 55 minutes long after I'm coming back. That is I do admit that is true. But why do I run overtime? I run overtime because customers always have a ton of questions for me. And these are questions from like my personal life or about like deeper information on the tours, stuff that I mentioned. And sometimes it's customers asking me to take selfies with me. And there are customers that come from international countries, other countries. So they're like, hey, can we take a selfie to show that we were at Chena Hot Springs? You are a funny tour guide. We want to have a memory of you. Cool. And a lot of the times I'm running late is because there are so many, like for the Ice Museum tour, for example, there's 1 million people in my tour group. I have to cater to all of them, like especially serving drinks. I have to serve all of them drinks. So of course I'm gonna be late. Plus I'm cracking jokes. Plus they're cracking jokes. Plus like I can't, and I don't feel comfortable telling them to get out of the Ice Museum because I don't know the protocol for that. Nobody told me that at 45 minutes I tell them to get out. They say the tour goes for 45 minutes, but they don't say what to do when customers want to stay for longer than 45 minutes. Let's go. Next accusation. That is false. Driving tours, he was shown the trails. What the hell? Dude, this says driving tours, he was shown the trails, follow us on tours. That is not a grammatically correct English sentence. Oh my god. Okay, anyways, driving tours, he was shown the trails, followed us on tours. He could not remember where the trails were and could not keep time. Okay, so and the next one is make guests feel uncomfortable about him driving. Cool. So these two things go together. Let's talk about it. So this is about a tour. It's an ATV tour. So it's an ATV tour. You get on a 4-wheel motorbike, and then you go. You have some customers follow you down a trail. So people usually get trained for that tour. Okay, my manager just came up to me. He said, "Hey Charles, I want to start training you for ATV tours. So I'm gonna be leading this tour. Just follow me." Cool. So she led the tour. And I follow her. Again, my very first time on an ATV tour, very first time doing this. And after the tour ended, she said, "Okay, cool. So how do you feel about leading the tour, Charles?" Again, first tour. I looked at her straight up and I said, "I do not feel comfortable leading this tour. I don't know the way. I don't know the path. I need more training, more practice to feel comfortable leading this tour." She said, "Okay, I will give you more training." Again, I told her I was not comfortable. I told her I needed more training. And she responded, I understand you. I will give you more training. Cool. A few days later, she said, hey, Charles, I put you on, I signed you up for ATV tour. And I looked at her and I said, again, I cannot do that tour because I don't feel comfortable. I don't know the path. I don't know how to lead that tour. I don't feel comfortable doing it. She said, no, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm going to be behind you as you lead it. So if you get lost, just look at me and I'll tell you where to go. Cool. I went on the tour. It was a disaster. Just as I predicted, I did not know where to go. I did not know how to do the tour. Cool. And after the tour ended, like after I got lost like a bunch of times, after the tour ended, I said, hey, I told you I was not ready for it. She said, no, it's okay. It's okay. We'll give you more training. Now I'm furious now because that's embarrassing. She literally set me up. She only gave me one training for the tour. I told her I was not ready, but she didn't care. She still put me on a tour. She still put me on a tour. She still had me lead the tour. And after I finished messing up the tour, she said it's okay. Everything's gonna be all right. Cool. And so in the next day after, like I decided if I'm gonna be put on more tours, more ATV tours, I need more training. Now since she's not scheduling my trainings or requiring that I get trainings, I'm gonna find my own way to get trainings. So on my next day off, I went to the department. On my day off, I went to the department and signed myself up for a tour just so I can follow the people and go on tours. And when I went to do that, guess what? The assistant manager said, oh no, there is no space left on the tour. I can sign you up. And I was like, what do you mean? I need training for the tour. She said, no, somebody else, this other girl, like signed up, took your spot. This other girl, she's not even in our department. She's working in a different department. And the only reason why she want to go on the tour is because she has a crush on the guy who's leading the tour. And the assistant manager clearly knows that. So I couldn't get training. So you see, like nobody wants me to train. Now nobody wants me to train. But do you see what's going on here? Because if like the GM, for example, sees this list, they're gonna think, oh my God, Charles cannot be trusted with leading tours. How can Charles, who is trained for tours, make a tour such a disaster? The truth is, no, I did not get trained for the tour. I didn't get trained for the tour. I was set up to fail that tour.